So what I'm going to build is one of those roller stands that you use for when you're using a cutoff saw. And you can put 20-foot pieces of metal on it. Okay, I got the two pieces cut out. Now I just need to weld it onto this pipe. Hey, I got the pieces tack welded in there. Now I just got to finish welding it. Okay, I got the end pieces all welded on. Now I just need to weld the solid shaft through it. Okay, I got the roller part fully welded. It's got some arc strikes in it from here sitting on the table, so I have to clean that up. Yeah, I got the roller part completely finished. I ordered the bearings, so I still don't have those. Yeah, I got the side pieces just about done. Yeah, I got one of the brackets done. Now I just got to finish the other one. Yeah, I got both brackets done. Yeah, and this is going to go like this. And I got some 3-inch square tube that's going to run across here. And I'm still waiting to get the bearings I should have in a few days. Okay, I got the bearings for the roller stand. What I'm going to have to do is cut this out right here so you can get a grease gun on it. And it's going to have a piece of this 3-inch square tube running across here. And I also got this 1.5-inch threaded rod to make it adjustable. And I'm going to drill an 1.5-inch hole in this square part. It's going to be welded in there. And this rod fits perfect inside a 2-inch square tube that's 1/4 inch thick. I got to go buy some of that to finish this. Yeah, I also took and countersunk all these holes and put flathead screws in here so nothing hits when you got pieces of metal on here. And I TIG welded the roller part, and the rest is just being done with a MIG. Okay, to make this roller stand adjustable, what's going to happen is there's going to be some round bar welded on here to use as a handle to adjust it. I also have to drill a hole through here and make a slot in here with a bolt going through it so that the thing doesn't turn back and forth when you're using it. Okay, the bolt I'm going to put through here is going to be 3/8, but I drilled the hole 2 sizes bigger just so it slides easy. Now I'm going to try to cut this out with a jigsaw just so it does a better job. And I can file it a little bit after that. Okay, and this is going to be the handles to adjust it. And when I welded this on, I clamped a piece of metal over the top of the nut so that no splatter would get on the threads. And when you use the jigsaw on this 2-inch square tube, you have to break a little piece off the end of the blade or it goes through too far. Yeah, I got one slot cut in there. It took a long time to cut that because this is 1/4 inch thick. Yeah, I got the slot cut in both sides. Yeah, it took a long time to do that. Hey, so I got the piece that's going to make it adjustable done. Yeah, it works good like this. So the next step is I want to cut these shafts off. I also got to cut this out here so you can get a grease gun on it. Yeah, I got these pieces ground out, and I just used one of these carbide burrs on a die grinder to do that. Yeah, I got both of these shafts cut off. The next step is going to be to cut a piece of this 3-inch square tube and weld it across here. And I'll also drill an 1.5-inch hole on it. But this end of the threaded rod will be welded onto it. Yeah, I got this piece cut out that's going to go in here. So the next step is to drill an 1.5-inch hole in here. And this threaded rod will be welded into it. Yeah, so that's how it's going to go on there. I'm going to TIG weld this just so I don't get any splatter on the threads. Okay, I got this tack welded on the other side exactly straight. So now I'm going to weld it. And I'm going to set this at about 250 amps. And we'll give it a 25 seconds of post flow. And I'm using a 1/8 tungsten that's 2% thoriated. Okay, I got one side welded. There is some kind of a coating on this threaded rod that contaminates the tungsten, so you got to keep stopping and regrinding it. Okay, and here's what the top side looks like. So now I got to weld this piece into this other piece. I'm just going to use a MIG on that. Yeah, I just broke the first cup. Yeah, it got red hot, and there's some stuff stuck on the inside, and it broke when I tried to get that out of there. But I have a lot more of them. Yeah, so this is what this will look like. But it's going to take me a little while to line everything up right before I can weld it. And it's going to have 3 legs coming off of it that are going to go up. And 2 of them will have an axle welded across it with wheels on it, and it'll have a handle that you can push down on it to move it around. Yeah, I can't put wheels in all 3 legs or it'll roll around when I don't want it to. Hey, now what I'm trying to do is get everything lined up right before I weld this on. And I took and stuck pieces of 1/2-inch round bar in here to get it spaced right between the roller. Hey, I got it tack welded in here. It wasn't easy to get this in here, welded in here straight. And then I'll use the big welder to finish welding that. Yeah, I'm also going to take the bearings out before I weld this so it doesn't get too hot. And to weld this, I'm going to use the big MIG welder. But first I'm going to spray a PAM cooking spray on the roller so I don't get a bunch of splatter all over it. And to help keep this from getting warped, I welded this on here. It'll get cut off as soon as I'm done. And I got it all welded and the bearings back in it. And there's about 1 inch on the inside you can't weld. Okay, now I'm ready to make the legs. And this part here is going to sit 6 inches off the ground. And the reason I made this threaded rod 2 inches longer than it needed to be is so when this is extended all the way up, it'll be a little stronger. And I also got the wheels. These are just some wheels from Harbor Freight. They're 8-inch wheels, and I got the metal to make the axle. Yeah, I got one leg cut out and all clamped on there. And this is 1/8 of an inch less than what I need because I'm going to weld a cap on the end of it. Yeah, I got one leg welded on. The other 2 are going to be a little more tricky because I'm going to weld it on at an angle. Right here they're going to come off. And I'm going to have to take and notch this square tube out so that it goes up tight. Yeah, I got all the legs welded on there. Yeah, it wasn't easy to get these 2 on there exactly the same. And the axle's going to run right across here. So that's why these 2 legs are shorter. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is make the braces that go across the legs. Yeah, I got all the braces welded in on the legs. Now I'm going to weld a foot to the one leg, and then I'll put the wheels on it. Okay, I got the foot welded on there. Now I'm ready to put the wheels on it. Yeah, I had to take and make these brackets for the axle so the wheel doesn't go on too far or it'll rub on the 2-inch square pipe. Okay, so now what I need to do is make a handle for it and paint it. And this is adjustable from 35 to 49 inches. And it's real easy to adjust and it'll stay exactly where you want it like this. Okay, and with that slot and the bolt in there like that, this thing doesn't turn. If you don't put that in there, it's going to swivel around when you're trying to pull the pipe forward. Yeah, I got the handle welded on there now. Now you can just tip it back and roll it around easy. Now about all I got left to do is just to paint this. Yeah, I got the roller stand completely finished.